Hey gang, it's tack check time. So we are at my house, we are in the den. I've got several implements of tack here. We didn't have the other day because I hadn't brought them home. And when I went in my trailer to look at them and record an entire tack check that then I did not actually record, I noticed that a lot of it was dirty, so I brought it home to clean, and we will just go through it and look at it before I clean it. Take it apart a little bit. So I use a running martingale with Storm. It gives me a little bit more leverage on her bit. I'm also considering changing her bit. I would ultimately like to get her on an S-hack, but that's going to be some time from now. She was on a Tom Thumb bit for a while, which is a mildly, well, fairly aggressive bit. I have her on a French snaffle, which you'll see soon, not very aggressive. I'm going to be moving to a Kimberwick, and that may or may not be with this running martingale. I don't ever want to make her in pain. I just want her to stop trying to evade her bit and listen to me for all our safety. So I have these really nice Beta-biothane pieces. I wash them in the dishwasher on hot with no detergent or anything, just hot water, and it seems to take care of everything. It hasn't degraded any of this, but it has definitely gotten all of the sweat and grime and mud and other yucks we've gotten on these reins and martingale. So I'll take these apart. We do have rain stops on here for the martingale. Something to go through as well. Just make sure that they're in good condition, no splits, no tears, no cracks. If you lose these rain stops, it could be very dangerous. So always make sure you give things like that a fair check. And I do keep this in a place that isn't heated. So being rubber, it's always good to check those rubber things. I believe these are an 8-foot rein. And they are continuous. That's how I've always learned to ride, is an English style with a continuous rein. So that's why these are what they are. Let's just see real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those are 8 feet or so. So these look like they're in pretty good shape. They're dirty. They have some wear on them, but they're still flexible. They flex really nicely still. Snaps are dirty. Down here is dirty, and that's the thing. See, when these get dirty in places where there's friction, the dirt makes premature wear. So it was really dumb of me to go out on a ride the other day without washing these first. It was really dumb of me to not wash them as soon as I got back from my last ride, 2.5 months ago. So I'm not gonna do that again. It was really lazy, and this stuff's a lot of money. I don't need to be lazy with it. My breast collar is from a company called Zilco. I believe they're out of Australia. This is a waffle backed for comfort. Doesn't really fit Storm super tight, so I don't ever think she cares either way about the waffle. I've used other ones without waffle, and I don't know, then I notice a difference in comfort. Again, these pieces are very dirty. Yeah, snap is dirty, doesn't want to go all the way shut, so that's not good. This is something I did that wasn't smart. I made adjustments to this recently, so I just want to make sure the places where I adjusted here, that's a home adjustment, aren't fraying or coming apart or splitting at all. We did have an accident while wearing this, and so there are a couple spots of wear that are from that. Rubs and things, but in general, just dirty. And I should have taken better care with that. So that's breast collar. And also by Zilco, I have 2 of these, but this is the one I'm using now. The other one has been cleaned recently, so That's actually the one we went down in, but this bridle, brand new. I think it has, I don't know, maybe 300 miles on it, not very many at all. And that's just training and competitive together, not just competitive. I don't have that many miles competitively at all. I would love to have that. Again, this thing is dirty. Nothing's compromised. Everything looks good. Great Zilco product as well. The reins and the martingale are not, they're not by anybody particularly. I just got them in a set, I think from Distance Depot maybe, where you could pick out a color with the running martingale that matched. So I got them as a set together. And then, oh, the bit. So this is a French snaffle. It's an egg butt snaffle. So the rings don't move with the bit, but they move with the bridle, as you can see. And it's just a very simple bit. Lots of people use these. And she likes to try to evade it. So this is a variation on what's called a kimberwick. Definitely more aggressive. Now, to test any bit, I have learned to take my hand like this, and my hand like this, and have somebody just sort of move it in my hand to see how it feels. So I've done that, and I feel that this has a lot more points of contact and such than our little egg butt snaffle over here, but I would like to at least give it a try and see if it can't enhance our ability to communicate effectively. I mean, the last time we went out, and again, she's pretty convinced her life is the life of a pasture pony, whether I like it or not, whether she likes it or not. She's got a job that she'll do in endurance. And once she gets into it, guys, she loves it. She just is always a pissy starter, I guess you could say. And so she was bucking and jigging and just being really disrespectful of the bit. I was probably holding her a little too hard. My form probably wasn't great because I haven't ridden in a few months. So are there some things that were most likely my problem as well? Certainly. I also think that there might have been a problem with the Toklat coolback. I think it's a little bit uncomfortable for her. So I am going to try her half saddle pad, which I showed you in the trailer there. And the half saddle pad should be, well, I know it's a great fit for her already. So if it's discomfort that's making her act up, we should alleviate it with that. If not, then we'll move on to the more aggressive bit and see if that helps us or hinders us. And again, I never want to do anything to hurt my horse. I just don't ever want to be unsafe on my horse either. So this is something to enhance our communication, in no way, shape, or form to control, command, dominate, heavy hand, or anything like that on her. So just want to make that clear. And I guess I do see it over here, so I'll grab it. I have that pullback saddle pad. I like the pad, and I think that it works for her, but I did notice last year a few times she protested while we were using it also. It's a poofy, thick pad. It doesn't have any inserts in it. It's a complete synthetic, what do you call this, like shearling. And I just wash it with some water and a hose in the backyard in the summertime, and then use like a cat hairbrush to loft it back up when it's done. It is dirty from the last time that I took it out with her, which was just a few days ago, so it is home to wash at this time when I have a day over 26 degrees to do it, because it's not going to get dry out there today. It's just going to freeze. But I do like this. If you have a saddle that fits it really well, the keepers are absolutely wonderful for your girth and your billets. And there again, you can see Toklat Originals, Coolback, Orthopedic Fleece, made in USA. So I do like the product. I have a Toklat T3 Matrix I've used before that I really liked. If this doesn't work for us, I may try to move on to that. If anybody's interested in this pad and wants to buy it, feel free to either get in contact with me through email or let me know in comments, because I may just sell it to you outright right now, being that I do have that half pad. So if you need a pad, I'll sell it to you right now for what I got it for. Just contact me and we'll talk. All right, so continuing on with the rest of our Tack check. So all this stuff right here is gonna go in the dishwasher. It's gonna get washed thoroughly. If there is gunk left on the bit pieces, I just take a piece of paper towel and soak it really well with isopropyl alcohol, wrap the bit in that, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and just about everything that I've ever encountered anyway, even up to like sap and gross things that they get in their mouths for weird stuff that they eat sometimes, has come off of that. Electrolytes, molasses, all sorts of stuff. So great. You've seen this before. It's my Centaur fleece lined saddle cover. My saddle we went through the other day. I used some Lexol on it, and I am not at all happy with how the Lexol left it. So I will be giving this thing a full clean in the next week or so, because people can say what they want. I found that the Lexol made this Italian leather feel almost like plasticky, whereas the whole saddle butter that I showed you with that Western saddle really makes it supple and nice. So I'm not a fan of the Lexol, sorry guys, but I am a fan of that whole saddle butter, and I am gonna get it clean. I don't know if you can see this discoloration here, but that's just from riding the other day. That's never happened after a conditioning and just riding again. So yeah, that's where some wear is on the saddle, and I don't like that it's been seemingly enhanced by the Lexol. So that's all bitch over. I'm done with that part of things. I did just want to get the saddle clear again so that we weren't putting a whole bunch of stuff on top of it. And we went over this the other day. It's her rope halter, at least I think we did. And it's by a company called Naughty Girls. I absolutely love their stuff. I'd like a new one soon. This one's starting to fray out, but it isn't compromised at all. But it's just a nice, light, very flexible rope halter, and it fits really nicely under all our bridles. And I believe for Storm it also feels very lightweight. So this I'll do with the hose as well, or with some Dr. Bronner's in the bathtub in hot water, and then just rinse it clean till the water comes clean, let it hang dry. Beat it up a little bit if it feels stiff. That's usually just a little bit of extra soap or sweat coming out of it. And then, oh yeah, last but not least, the girth. And I know I just mentioned that I think she's got some discomfort with the saddle pad, and things that go hand in hand with that definitely are the girth and the girth fit. I did use a different girth at the time when we were training with this saddle pad. It was just a straight string girth. It didn't have any contour to it, and I thought at that point it was promoting movement on the saddle, especially going downhill when we were training, and that was causing rubs with this. But I also found out when I got the contour girth that I bought first, the buckles were too wide, and while it gave us a firmer seat in the saddle, it gave her galls when we went for long distance, because the buckles were 2 inches as opposed to 1.5 inches, and it just didn't fit in her girth area very well at all. So I have finally purchased this girth. It is the same as the one that we had before, just a couple inches longer. It's 22 inches mohair string girth. It's got a place for the the breast collar to hook on, the martingale, no way. And then also it has neoprene. I like the neoprene because I feel like it gives her a lot of protection from the buckles while she's moving. I don't seem to get galls, rubs, sores, anything from this setup, like I said with the other one, just because the buckles were wide. I've seen these also with leather on the back. We've used the leather on the back. Both of them seem to be really comfortable and secure. So absolutely love this girth. As you can see, it is sturdy. It is the only one that I use with her right now, so I will wash it probably tomorrow with the hopes that we can get on her Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. It looks like the temperatures are warming up a little bit, and it should be dry by then. Same kind of thing. I wash it with the hose. I let it air dry. Takes a little while, but I feel like it's just better for the equipment. If you hand wash it also, I feel like you can see it coming clean. This has also got a lot of her hair on it, so we want to get that out of there because that will cause friction just like dirt does on the string and prematurely wear it. One thing about mohair is it takes a ding darned a long time to wear all the way through it, so that's why it's optimum for things like girths and cinches. So that's pretty much it with Tack. I think we're in good shape to get this stuff cleaned and give it a gander when we're all done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Iris.